Hello, my YouTube friends. We are now going live, and in a moment we will be live on. Just gonna get this going here. All right, we are now live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, and we're now going to go live on Instagram. Okay, let's see if this is working. Did that work? Did I do that right? Uh-oh, I think I did something wrong there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well, I'm not sure if I'm live on Instagram right now, so I'm just going to check. Did I do Instagram right? No, I don't think I did. Okay, hold on, guys. I just want to get this Instagram going, and then we're going to be on all three platforms. So let's see. And we are, no, that's not where we want to go. Where do we go? Every time I go to do this, it's like a new experience. There. Okay. Now we're getting there. I am now live on Instagram. Okay, I'm just going to set up my camera. Sorry, Instagram folks. Don't mean to be moving you around. I'm just trying to get it set up. So that, hello, Celine. Hello, Kristen. Trace is here. Yahoo! All right, let's have a party, a holiday party. Actually, one of the things that I was thinking about doing when we got on today live was to have a little holiday celebration. But since I have two computers and a phone and I'm connected to three platforms, we're just going to do it in a stationary location here in my office. So I want to welcome you. It's Sunday afternoon here in beautiful Ottawa, Ontario, in the nation's capital. And wherever you are, let me know where you're connecting from. So we're going to do a special segment right now. I'm going to do an update on some of the things that have been going on within our organization. Thank you for the happy birthday message. It was my birthday yesterday, although we've been celebrating for several days. My sister, Judy O'Byrne, who also runs Hasmark Publishing and Hasmark Services, along with my team at Dynamic Destinies, which includes Eric and Celine and Sabrina and Trace and Kayla. Well, they all got together and planned a surprise party for me on Wednesday, and it was quite the surprise. So don't know if you guys were there or not, but that was fun. That was the start of the celebration. And then thank you for the kind words. And then yesterday, I drove down to Toronto from Ottawa. It's about a 4-hour drive, although I did the return trip in 3.5. That was pretty good. The traffic was moving perfectly. I had my gas tank was full, so I didn't need to stop, and it was smooth sailing all the way through. So I went down to Bob Proctor's home, actually, and was in his studio. Computer laptop looks a bit blurry. Well, I have two laptops. So is it YouTube that's blurry, or is it Facebook that's blurry? Okay, I'll see if I can correct that. I'm not sure how. Maybe just rub the little thingy here. Oh, shoot. Oh, great. Let's just destroy them all. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully that checked out. Oh, it's Facebook. Great. So it's the other one. Okay, hang on, guys. I'm going to have to come around here and fix this. Okay. How's that? Is that any better? Okay, let's just try and get the blurry. That's my husband's computer. So I have my husband's laptop and he's connected to Facebook. Mine's on YouTube and my phone is on Instagram. Okay, so let's go back. Hopefully it's not blurry anymore. Celine's going to let me know. She's here on standby. By the way, a couple of questions have already come in, and I'm definitely going to address those. And if any of you have questions for me as well, way better. All right, great. Thanks, Celine. I'd be happy to address them. So what we're doing today is we're going to be on here for a little while with you. I will definitely take some questions because I know there's some burning questions that are coming in right now. And also, I want to give you a little update on Savvy Wisdom. So Savvy Wisdom is my 19th book. And you've probably heard the buzz around as we're getting ready to launch this book, which we're launching the week of January the 3rd. So mark your agenda, the week of January 3rd. Of course, we will be, all right, great. We will be letting you know about the launch of this too. But yesterday I drove to Bob Proctor's studio and we recorded the book together. But this is not a typical self-help book. This is a very unique book. It's written like a novel. It's actually a story. And the story is of a young woman who is based on my life, who meets this incredible wise man. Now, in the book, Savvy Wisdom, the main character, which is Sophie, that's who what we called her. She meets this gentleman by the name of Savvy, and you'll understand when you read the book why his name is Savvy, by the way, because sometimes people are sending me messages saying, you spelled it incorrectly. It's like, no, it's a name. It's a name. So it's not Savvy, all right? It's Savvy. So it's actually short for something. And you'll have to read the book. Now, I see one person is asking, when can you buy it? You can buy it January 3rd. All right. So mark your calendar. January 3rd is when you're going to be able to buy it. We're going to be redesigning the cover, actually. Bob woke me up this morning. He's an early riser, and he sent me a text. And he said, I've been thinking about it. And then we got on the phone. And he said, I've been thinking about it. And he said, I'm thinking a different cover. And so we've got our wonderful Trace, who's going to work on a new version of the cover, which I'm sure he's going to ace it. And then we're gonna be launching a brand new version of the cover. The content will stay the same. So we're looking at a January 3rd launch date for that. Now, this book, we've actually created a subtitle for it. And let me see if I can find that for you. Because we're playing with different ideas this morning. So the subtitle is going to be Savvy Wisdom Has the Power to Change Your Life. So it's going to be Savvy Wisdom and then kind of like a ... has the power to change your life. But the book's called Savvy Wisdom. Okay, so it is based on wisdom, obviously, insights, messages, strategies, techniques, ideas to improve one's life. And so it's kind of an interesting story, the way it's written, but you'll have to wait. We're getting lots of great comments. People are loving it. We're really excited about it. And Bob sent me a text also yesterday when I was on my way home from his studio. And he said this, let me find his message. He said, so many texts from Bob. We did lots of texting in the last couple of days. He sent me a message and said, oh, I've got two. Anyways, he basically said that he loved recording it and he sees it as being something that's, out of the park, a ballpark out of the park. Okay, so let's start taking some questions for you guys. Also, I do want to let you know, oh, Vladdy's here. Wonderful. All right, Vladdy, I brought Bob your book. And of course, you have that photo now. I do want to also let you know, we do have a special promotion going on right now. Celine's going to put the link in there for you. It's PeggyMcColl.com/bestseller. We're doing a special promotion for the complete author program right now. And it's for a limited period of time. And it's for anyone that would love to be a prosperous author. So a successful author. That's really what we're looking for, is anyone who's looking to become a successful author, to either leave your legacy, make a positive impact on the world, or perhaps you want to raise your profile and your visibility to have people know and recognize you as an expert. And of course, a book could be a lead generator for other programs as well. So tremendous benefits. We could invest hours here on this live event talking about that. So Celine will put the link in there for you so that you can take a look at the special deal that we put together. And you can check that out today because the special offer is only for a short period of time. Okay, so we're going to go to, there was a question actually on YouTube earlier today. I got on this morning and hey, good to see you there, Tommy. All right, welcome. David's here, Carlton, Vinod. Okay, perfect. Now there was a question on here this morning. I came on YouTube a little early. I actually hit the go live button earlier than what I should have. And I noticed there was a question there. It might have been from you, Vinod. I'm not sure. But the question was about money and how to eliminate worry. Now, I suspect there may be a lot of people who are on this call who could totally relate to that question. Now, what happened was I went on live early and I realized I had hit the live button, so I had to shut it down and we had to reopen the button. So, anyways, the question was something around the idea of how to eliminate worry as it relates to money. All right. Does anyone have that issue? I mean, honestly, do you have that issue? I know I used to. I don't now, but I definitely had that. And here's what I want you to understand. And please take some notes, but more importantly, follow through on what I'm going to suggest. Okay. First of all, worry is destructive. It's a destructive emotion. It is Wayne Dyer, actually, I'm pointing over there because I have one of his books. Wayne Dyer calls worry a useless emotion, a useless emotion. Why would you worry about something that you don't want? Because effectively what you're doing is you're giving attention to results that you don't want. So would you love to have a lack of money? No. What would you love? Write down that question. What would you love? What would you love as it relates to money? To have an abundance of it? To see your bank accounts filled to capacity? To know that you could buy anything that you desire in your life? Anything. Is that what you would love? Okay, if that's the case, which I suspect it is for many, many people, then you have to do the following. You have to feel as if and think only as a person who has what you desire already in your life now, not sometime in the future, but right now. You've got to feel it. Now, I'm going to tell you this, it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy is because of your belief systems, because you're conditioning, because you've been worrying for so long that it's habitual for you. So you've got to break the pattern of worry. You've got to stop it now. Say no more. Now, I suggest what you do is you saturate your mind as you're doing here. You're on this call here with us right now. Saturate your mind with only those thoughts that will support you. Only those thoughts. So here we are, noon on Sunday. I was up early this morning. I was on the phone a couple times with Bob Proctor. I've been working in my office. Now, normally I'm not working on a Sunday. Normally I don't work weekends. And the reason why I don't work weekends is because I choose to enjoy quality time with my family. But we're in strange times or unusual times. No judgment there, by the way, just in unusual times. And there's a great momentum that's been building in our whole team with a lot of the exciting things that we're doing. And sometimes success requires that you are investing more time in creating your ideal future or creating whatever it is that you want to work on. And so you have to understand that there is going to be work involved and you have to do whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So a reason to mention Sunday morning is because I've already done my gratitude. I've done my visualization, did my affirmations, did my writing in my journal book. I read some of my other, what I call treatments today. I was reading all of my demands or goals, if you will. I've already been studying success today, listened to my Power Life script already over and over again. And so what am I doing? And I've been at this for almost 42 years. What I'm doing is I'm saturating my mind only with what I desire. Yesterday, when I drove down to Toronto, I listened to and back, because I was like 8 hours captivated in a tube called a car, a vehicle. And I listened to my Power Life script for several hours. And then I listened to Audible. I loaded up my phone with books on audio, Ernest Holmes and Neville Goddard. And I listened for hours and hours and hours. So if you're finding that you're feeling challenged by your habitual emotions that continue to produce the things that you don't want to experience in your life, stop it. Okay, stop it. You've got to stop it. You've got to break that pattern and stop it immediately. How do you stop it? The moment you notice that you're starting to think something or feel something that's out of alignment with what you desire, just ask yourself the question, what would I love? Or another question that you can ask yourself is, now that my dream life is here, now that I'm living the most amazing life that I desire to live, how am I feeling? All right. How am I feeling? Now, what does that do? It takes your attention away from what you don't want and puts it over to what you do want. Now, if you need to do that today, 1,682 times, do it. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but I'm going to guarantee you this: when you condition yourself to think differently, to only be focusing on what you desire, you're going to get so much in the habit that the moment you get out of alignment, bam, you're going to put yourself right back in alignment. Now, there might be some days where you go off out of alignment and it lasts a little longer than what you desire, and that's fine. That's okay. Just let it go. Be easy on yourself. You want to be paying attention all the time to how you are feeling, because how you are feeling is going to determine what you attract into your life. So when you know that, what you're thinking about, what you're feeling is going to be attracted into your life, wouldn't you want to focus your attention, your thoughts, your feelings only on what you desire? Absolutely. Not that complicated, right? It really isn't that complicated, but it's not up to me to do it. It's up to you to do it. I'll guide you. I'll give you all the guidance I can in the world, but you have to do the work. So I suggest you get on with it right away. Now, we've got a number of questions that have been coming in here. There's a great question that we had earlier. Okay, this one is from Lisa. So welcome, Lisa. Good to see you here. And Lisa's question is this: what is the difference between wishful thinking and law of assumption? Also, my extensive gratitude and sanctified devotion to you. Thank you, Lisa. It's very kind of you. Okay, what's the difference between wishful thinking and law of assumption? Big difference. Big difference. Wishful thinking is just like, oh, that would be nice, but it's not anchoring in the feeling. The difference is that when you are in the law of assumption, when you're using the law of assumption, meaning you're assuming that which you desire is already here. Okay, that which you desire is already here. So think of that question that I just gave you a moment ago. Now that you're living that dream life, how do I feel? That is invoking and getting you in harmony with the law of assumption. If you're asking and answering the question, now that I'm living my dream life, how do I feel? What you've just done is you're assuming that you're living your dream life. It's assumption. And that's what you want to do. You want to expect. You want to expect that it's there. And do you know how you change your paradigms, how you change your belief systems, how you actually permanently change it? Well, very easily with a Power Life script. That's it. That's it. I was listening yesterday to Ernest Holmes. So Ernest Holmes wrote this book called This Thing Called You. It's a book that I've been studying now for several months, and I bought it in Audible format to listen to it. And it's not anything new, anything that I haven't read before. It's not anything that I haven't written about before. But Ernest Holmes talks about how do you change your belief systems, because you want your belief systems to be a match to what you desire. And he said it's through repetition. Repetition. That's why a Power Life script will work, because you're repeating and repeating and repeating. You're listening over and over again. You're hearing yourself talk about how wonderful your life is. And the saying goes that if you hear something over and over again, you will start to believe it. But if you're sitting there going, oh, I really wish that would happen, it doesn't, you obviously don't know that it's going to happen. You got to feel it. You got to feel it in your heart. You got to feel it in your soul. You got to feel it as if it's here now. Now, if you're not feeling it as if it's here right now, through space, time, repetition, you will feel it as if it's here now. But as I said, you have to do the work. You have to be listening. You have to be focusing. You have to be visualizing. You have to be connecting emotionally to it as if it's here right now. All right? As if it's here right now. Now, I want you all to do this with me right now. I want you to think about something that you would love to have in your life. Anything. Just think of anything, whether it's to buy a property, whether it's to have a certain amount of money in the bank, whether it's success for your book, if you're an author, because I know we have some authors on here. Think of one thing. All right. Think of one thing. Have you got it? Okay. Tell me you've got it in your mind. Just type in the chat box. Let us know that you've got that idea in your mind right now. Okay. Just type in, yeah, I'm there. I'm with you. Totally have it. Okay. Do you have it? We're going to do an exercise here right now. Very powerful exercise. Please follow on for your sake, not for mine, for your sake. Okay, think about what it is. You have it right now. Maybe it's that you'd love to have an oceanfront property and pay for it with cash. Okay, just dream big, recognizing there's no limits to what you could have, do, be, experience, except those within your own thinking space. So, really, all right, great. Really dream big, think big, okay? Okay, I'm going to do it with you. All right, now close your eyes. Close your eyes just for a moment. I'm going to walk you through this. Okay, I want you now to imagine it's yours. You've done it. You've accomplished it. Maybe it is that property. You've bought it. You've paid for it in full. Or maybe you would love to have millions in your bank account and you can now see it. Maybe you'd love to attract your soulmate into your life and now you're with him or her. Whatever it is, if you imagine right now that it's in your life, how are you feeling? Relaxed? How are you feeling? Type it in. Type in the word. How are you feeling right now, knowing that it's already here? And that's what you want to do. You want to connect to the feeling as if your desire is already here right now. Write that down. You want to connect to the feeling of your desire as if it's already here right now. Grateful. I love that. Yeah, safe and secure. Beautiful. And this is not some magnificent and happy. Awesome. All right, you guys are doing it. This is great. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. Do this all day long, especially when you're going to bed at night. Happy, loved, I feel free. I love it. Happy. So throughout the day, now I have on my desk here a sign and it says, what would I love? What would I love? What would you love? And I also have another one that says, now that my dream is fulfilled, how do I feel? And I have my Power Life script. Now, what are these things? Signs, Power Life script, journals, tools to utilize to ensure that I'm in the emotional state, right? So you have to be using these tools every single day. Like, think about it. If there's an empty lot actually across from where we live. And we're in a fairly new neighborhood here. The home that we're in was built 5 years ago, but there's a few others around here that were built this year. So directly across the street, there is an empty lot. Now, let's say a bunch of trucks came in and they dropped off all the supplies to build a home. Okay, maybe they just, 18-wheeler trucks came in and just dropped off everything that was necessary to build a beautiful home. It was all there. It's all there. The materials, the equipment, the tools, everything's there, but nothing's going on. No home, nothing's being built. Why? Because it's not being utilized. That's what most people are doing, is they're not utilizing the tools that are here right now. Or the vision of what they desire is already there, but they're not seeing it clearly. What are they doing? They're looking through like a thick Coke bottle that's all blurry. Like Celine was saying earlier, that the camera lens was all blurry. That's the way most people are looking at what they desire, through a filtered lens that they created. But your good is already there and it's waiting for you now. You can have it. You can have anything that you desire. But you must feel as if it's here now, not sometime in the future. Oh, when I have all that money, I'm going to feel, not the way it works. You've got to feel it now and feel it sincerely. Now, if you're finding it's a little challenge at first to feel it, keep working on it. Keep practicing. And even if there was a house across the street, as I said, there's an empty field right now, and all the equipment was there, when they start to construct, they'll have to adjust as they're going along. They'll have to fix it. They've got a plan. They may even be off track. They may not even be on track. Yesterday when I was at Bob's home, he's actually having a renovation done. Bob Proctor, he's renovating the second floor to his home. Actually, he didn't have a second floor before. He's adding a second floor. Now, behind Bob's house, there's a studio, and that's where he works. While his home is being renovated, he's in another home. He had bought another home, and he's staying there while his is being renovated. And I asked him yesterday, I said, when is it going to be done? And he told me the date. And he said that I am going to pay them a bonus when they finish on time. And he did that on purpose because he wants them to be finished on time. But, quite often when things are being built, they don't happen at the exact time. I remember years ago buying a brand new home that was being built, and I remember moving into it, and the stone wasn't even on the outside of the house when I moved in. They weren't finished. Why? Because they were behind their deadline. But that's okay. I didn't abort the whole thing. I didn't say, forget it, you can keep your house. I moved in and waited as the one who understands because I knew it would be done. And that's what you must do as well. There's a great quote that goes like this: you wait as the one who understands. Well, what does this mean? What does it mean, waiting as the one who understands? It means that you've got an exceptional power within you. You've got the power to manifest anything that you desire. And you do that by connecting to the feeling as if it's already here right now. You're feeling it right now. Well, if and when you're feeling as if your desire is here right now, then you wait as the one who understands. Why? Because you expect it. You expect it to happen for you. There's no question about it. You expect it. When I launched this book here, Your Destiny Switch, I expected it to be a New York Times bestseller. I expected it. I knew it would be a New York Times bestseller. So using the law of assumption, as in addition to all of my book marketing techniques that I teach in the Complete Author program, I not only visualized, connected emotionally to the outcome as if it was here, but I got on with the work too. There is work involved. And I don't know anyone on this planet who has not put in effort, energy, and work to accomplish their goals. But we're not talking about, huge, laborious kinds of work. That's not what I'm talking about here. Like, I'm a 62-year-old woman, and I'm manifesting things now like I've never manifested before. As a matter of fact, savvy wisdom is a manifestation. An idea popped in my mind as a result of something Celine, who's on the call here with us, had written in a recommendation for a morning manifestation video. And I saw this list of Celine's recommendations. She sent me a list and she said, here's some topics that I recommend that you create these morning manifestation videos for. So I was looking at my list, and quite often I go to this list that Celine's put together for me, and I'll pick a topic and I'll record a video and send it out. And so we've been doing this for quite a while. And so it was October 31st. I went to my tab that Celine created for me, and I looked at the list, and the next video to be created was a video on how to write your first fiction book. So I remember looking at it and thinking, well, that's a really good idea, but I haven't done it. I've studied fiction writing. I teach fiction writing. I've worked with many fiction authors and nonfiction authors, but I'd never done it myself. So then the idea came to me. I think I'm going to do that. And the seed was planted. And then I took it to another level. And this is another important part of success. I made a decision. That I would complete my novel in 10 days. Now, I have a busy schedule. My schedule, if I showed you my schedule, you'd see it's pretty darn busy. I've got meetings and presentations and client calls and all kinds of things that are already on my agenda. So the thought of it wasn't like a 10-day clear agenda from October 31st to November 10th where I had nothing to do. I actually had lots on my plate, but I decided I'm doing it. I'm going to block off some time in my agenda and I'm going to get it done. And there was a weekend in between there as well. And I thought I'm just going to simply write on the weekend, and made another decision to have fun with it. That's also a choice. How you approach your goals, your energy, your enthusiasm is a choice. If you look at it as laborious, what will it be? Laborious, right? It would be laborious. You've got to approach these fun projects as if they are fun. Writing a book, publishing or self-publishing a book, launching a book, building a business, creating something that you're offering online. Fun. Have fun with it. There's a reason why I'm always saying that, because when you're having fun, how are you feeling? You're feeling relaxed, right? You want to approach your everyday as if you're having fun. Because if you're not, what are you? What's the opposite of relaxed? Stressed. What does stress produce? Nothing good, right? So you want to notice how you're feeling at all times, and relaxed in the knowing that your desire is already here. I love Lisa's question. I think it's a great question. And there's a wide difference between wishing for something and knowing that it's already here in your life. Now, I know it's not physically here in your life at that moment, but you're imagining that it is, because you, all of you, have the same power that I have, the same capacity that I have. Imagination. We all have imagination. You want to imagine that what you desire is already here right now. And then you'd be smiling going, oh my goodness, I'm so excited that it's already done. So for me, how am I using that every single day? I'm using it every single day by seeing my life as I choose for it to be. And yeah, I set some goals. I've got some exciting goals. Life can and will get better and better and better when you choose and you focus on it getting better and better and better. So I totally believe and know through the law of assumption, savvy wisdom is already a huge success. I know it. I feel it. I see it. I'm driving down the highway yesterday, coming back from Bob's, big smile on my face, because I'm listening to me confirm in my subconscious mind how successful it is. The millions of copies that have already been sold. All right. Let's, oh, wow. 30 minutes has gone by pretty fast. Okay. A couple more questions that have come in. Okay, is that mandatory to change paradigm before manifest a C-type goal or a Power Life script work and take care of both of those things? Yeah, Power Life script, Rohit is asking that question. Is it mandatory to change the paradigm before you manifest your C goal? Absolutely. You've got to change your paradigms in order to manifest the things that you desire. Because if you don't, they'll be taken away from you. You got to build the paradigms. It's like the foundation. You don't build the foundation, it's not going to stand. That's what your foundation is, your beliefs. All right. So yes, thank you for asking. Okay, great. Vinod says, my Power Life script goes like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm waking up in my luxurious room feeling. Now I am walking toward my balcony, holding water bottle in hand. I'm standing balcony, feeling cold air on my face. Now I'm going to take a bath. Now I'm taking a bath. No, that's too much detail. Like you don't need to have that. You could talk about, I wake up in the morning, like a Power Life script is about your life in general, but you must be able to see it and feel it. So if you're writing about your home, you can say, I'm so happy and grateful I live in a beautiful, luxurious home. Like every day I look around my home and I just feel such genuine gratitude for owning this spectacular place. Like that kind of thing. But you don't need to go into detail of I'm going to the bathroom, I'm taking a drink of water. Like, no. You don't need to have that much detail. And Vinod, go into here because this is where I explain everything. Get the Power Life Script program. And it's only $87. So go to powerlifescript.com, get the program, and you'll get samples too. Okay, Gagan, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name properly, so apologize if I'm not. The question is, how can we replace old patterns of worrying despite trying not to? If you're worrying, it's not a try. There's no try. If I said you try and stand up, you're either going to stand up or you're not. There's no try, okay? So you must replace old patterns of worrying. How? I've been talking about that this whole time. Get a Power Life script. It's like absolutely get a Power Life script because you need to reprogram your way of thinking. You're in a habitual way of thinking and you want to stop that because worry is destructive. It's a destructive emotion. Thank you. I appreciate you asking. Beate, good to see you, Beate. Good morning, afternoon for you, I suppose, maybe even evening. Sometimes I hear this saying, accept it, harvest the good, forget the rest. We can create anything we want within the universal laws. Why should we accept something we don't like? Because it's in the past. There's nothing you can do about it. That's about challenging situations, right? If something happens to you that wasn't expected, you're just going to accept it. It is what it is. That's what Bob says. It is what it is. Harvest the good. So you find what's great in the situation. You find the blessing in the situation, and then you let it go. You let it go, okay? All right, great. Oh, I love Michelle's question. I'm going to get to that one next. Okay, Vladdy, I would be grateful if you explained about the law of compensation. I listened to an audio today, mentioned it, and I wondered about that law. Great question, Vladdy, and I love that you're asking about the law of compensation. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the law of compensation is, the law of compensation determines the amount of money that you earn is going to be in direct proportion to, 1, the need for what you do, 2, your ability to do it, and 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. So think about Bob Proctor, all right? The need for what he does. There's a definite need for the materials that Bob teaches and I teach. 2, ability to do it. Well, Bob's the best on the planet. He said, I've been working with authors and entrepreneurs for many, 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 many years. I've studied it. I was one of the first people online. I co-deliver a program called $1 Million a Month with my business partner, Trace. He's been online for many, many, many years. Ability to do it. We know what we're talking about because we've been doing it for so long. And then 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you. Nobody's going to replace Bob. No one's going to replace Trace. No one's going to replace Peggy. No one's going to replace Vladdy. No one's going to replace Celine. No one's going to replace you. But you get really good at what you do. You choose your niche. You choose the area that you want to focus on, and you get really, 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 really good at it. Now, you get good by studying, by communicating, by delivering, by improving your skills, by being a very, very serious student. We've got a program that we're launching soon called Skipping Levels. This is for the serious entrepreneur. It would be perfect for you, Vladdy, because we're going to help these entrepreneurs take their lives to a whole new level. We'll be launching that the last week of December, which is coming up actually pretty soon. So that's what the law of compensation is. Thank you for asking. Okay, Michelle is asking a question. Why did you pick 10 days? Why did you pick 10 days? Because I wanted to get it done. I wanted to get it done in 10 days. It just seemed like a good time. You know, sometimes you make decisions just because, right? May not be any particular reason. When I decided to write my first book, I chose 30 days. Then I decided to write, I don't know what book it was, 9 or 10. I decided to write that one in a day and did it and didn't know I could, but I set the intention anyways. So with Savvy Wisdom, you know, I gave myself 10 days to write it because I wanted to get it done. I really wanted to get it done. I wanted to get it done and I wanted to have it out for the beginning of the new year. And so I knew that by the time I wrote it, which took us into November, and then it went to a professional editor to edit it, and then, you know, got the cover done, and then we do the layout and the design and get it all ready to go, it would be about the right timing. So this week, early this week, we're going to change the cover, make a new version of the cover, and then we're going to be uploading it to Amazon.com so that on the 3rd of January, we're going to have a big celebration, and we're going to be having some special bonuses and things like that. And yeah, so it gave us a lot of time to get ready for that. Okay, I see another question here from Bazaar. It says, the need for what we do is an external factor. We should start from the outside out. Well, no, I think you should do it based on what you love, what you're passionate about as well. So I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing unless I was passionate about the subject. And I'm absolutely very passionate about what I teach because it's changed my life. It's changed my life for the better in every way, every way. Just think about this, writing a book. How can it change your life? Well, ask Vladdy. She's on the call right now. Vladdy, I see her posts with her book. When we had a celebration on Wednesday, my sister was telling me that hundreds of my clients sent in messages on how them writing their own book has absolutely positively changed their life for the better in many, many positive ways. But I found that not only does it have you be an authority or a person that looks like you're a person of authority, but it's a great source of income. There's multiple sources of income that can come out of a book. Also, another great advantage to writing a book is how you feel about yourself. It's like a great sense of accomplishment. I know writing Savvy Wisdom, even though it was my 19th book and I've done other books before and obviously created great success as an author, I felt so good. I felt proud of myself. Now, big part of the reason why I felt proud of myself is because I had previously believed that I couldn't write very well. My sister sent me a text the other day, about a week ago, and she had finished reading it. And she said, "You can no longer say that." And I said, "Say what?" She says, "You can no longer say that you're a crappy writer, because you're not. This is really well done." And I wrote it. I didn't hire a ghostwriter this time. I wrote it. So I feel good about that. You got to write the book within you. Someone just wrote, yeah, I felt really good about it. Yes. So is that the right link, Celine, the prosperous author? Okay, good. That takes you to a video that we recently did. But for those of you who are like me, ready to make a decision and dive in right away, we've got a special deal going on right now. It's for a limited time for the Complete Author Program. So Celine's putting the links there for you. You can check them out and make sure that you get into the program. We're also doing something a little different in the new year, where when you're in the new program, the new version of the program, we're going to be meeting with you every week to address your questions. So that's something that we've never done before as well. But I really encourage everyone that's on this call, everyone has a book within them. Everyone should write a book. And now's the time. Like, think about what's happening in the world right now as we're doing this video together here right now live. I mean, a lot of people, they're not traveling. I was actually amazed how many cars were on the road yesterday, interestingly enough. But, in many parts of the world, many countries, many cities, many regions are in lockdown. So what does that mean? You're not going anywhere. This is going to be a very unique holiday season for those that are celebrating Christmas, New Year's, or whatever. Very unique holiday season, but make the best of it. I was getting hundreds of messages for my birthday in the last couple days, and someone had sent me a message. A gentleman that was a client of mine actually years ago sent a private message on Facebook, and I replied. And I said, "Hey, good to hear from you. Hope everything's going really well." And it was a comment back, something about, it's going to be great when all this is over. You know what? It's great now. I'm not saying it's great that there's a pandemic in the world and that people are suffering and people are, struggling, etc. But there are always, it's like when you find the seed of greatness, there's always something great about what's going on in this world. 2020 has been a wonderful year. There's been many blessings. I was working with a group of clients the other day, and I suggested to them all to sit down and write a list of what's great. What is great that has occurred this year? I'm not wanting to know what has happened. What's great that has occurred this year? Now, why would I ask a question like that? Because it creates focus and it creates attention. So if I think about what's great, I wrote a novel. Now, if you had said to me in January this year, "Hey, Peg, you're going to write a novel this year and it's going to go on to be a classic and sell millions of copies," I said, "A novel?" That wasn't even on my radar at that time. But the idea popped in my consciousness. Why? Because Celine made a recommendation. And so I decided to expand on that idea and do something about it. I moved into action. You got to be somebody who moves into action. You heard me talking about that earlier, that it's absolutely essential that you utilize the tools that are available for you. What are the tools? Well, we've got tons of tools, tons of programs, tons of support available for you. We have been supporting people achieving their dreams for 26 years. That's how long my company has been in business. I've been studying success for almost 42 years. It's why we're here. It's what we're doing on this planet. We're all here to uplift each other, to help each other. Why did Vladdy write her book? To help people. Did she have to do that? No, but she chose to do that. Not only did she choose to do it, she moved into action. And then yesterday, when I was at Bob Proctor's studio, Vladdy asked me to take her book to Bob and snap a picture for her. And I did it. Actually, Bob sent me a message about you today, Vladdy. He said, "Vladdy's really going to enjoy Savvy Wisdom." That's what he said. So he got your card. He was taking a look at your book and he commented on it. Now, she moved into action. Now, Vladdy was just in my program a few months ago. Up until she joined, it was just an idea that was floating around. But you know what? A lot of people have a lot of ideas, but they don't see the light of day because people don't take the step forward. And sure, it might feel scary. I know when I wrote my first book, let me just grab it off my bookshelf. This is my first book on being the creator of your destiny. I told my parents, I'm going to write a book. They're like, you're writing a book? Obviously not supportive, but I didn't care. I wasn't looking for their support. I already made a decision. I made the decision I was going to do something. And not only did I make a decision, but I moved into action. And then I had 3,000 copies of a hardcover edition of a book I had to figure out what to do with. So what did I do then? I studied and then I applied. And yeah, I had spent tens of thousands of dollars. I was into six figures of spending, or as I like to say, investing, before I finally figured out what I was going to do. But you know what? I decided to shave years and shave tons of expense off of other authors so that they don't go stumbling up against brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, and help them to understand, what do you need to do to create the success? So that's what you want to do to create success. You want to get in the study, stay in the study, and apply what you're learning. Because when you're applying it, that's when you're making the big difference. All right. And I love to work with action takers. I just met Vladdy a few months ago, and I'm mentioning her name on live calls. I see her on the Q&A calls for the author program. I've become known to her family, to her children, Joshua and Elizabeth. I got a little video from Elizabeth yesterday for my birthday. They become like family to me. Family. And I just love her energy, love what she's doing in the world. And you know something? When you make decisions that you're going to step up and do something in this world that's positive, progressive, contributory, you're going to find that other people will line up to help you. That's a blessing of being an author. I found authors love helping other authors. That was just so amazing, because I came previously from industries that people thought of competition. They looked at people that were in similar business and thought, oh, they're just competition. They're competition. We live in a creative world. There's plenty of room. Why would Bob Proctor be so willing to help me record a book that my name's on? Actually, his name is on the front too. He said, I just love this book, Bob Proctor. But why would he be willing to help me? Because he knows that if he's helping me, it helps the greater good. If I'm helping you, I'm helping the greater good. That's what we're all here for, to bring greater good to other people. We all need each other. We need to help each other, support each other, help rise up the energy in this messed up world that we're living in right now. We're here together to support each other. And you can support each other by sharing positive messages, by sharing these videos, by sharing our morning manifestation videos that I send out that are free, by giving people Power Life Script for Christmas. We created gift cards that you could give away, and by studying wonderful materials and books and sharing messages with others. All right. You've got an opportunity right now to help others in the world. And you know what? When you do create messages like I've done with my 19 books, like Vladdy's done, like the thousands of other authors that I've helped, good comes back to you. It's the way it works. It's the law of the universe. You put good out there, good's coming back. It might not always come back right away, but you've got to persist until you succeed. I will persist until I succeed. However, let me just add a word of caution. You've got to know that you're already the success that you desire to be right now. All right. You got to feel it. You got to anchor that feeling in, knowing that it's already done right now, as we did earlier on this call. All right. Okay. Well, I think we're just about ready to wrap. Thank you, Celine. She just put the link in there. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. We'll probably be back with you over the holidays. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to have Christmas here with my son and my daughter-in-law, my grandson, and my husband. Oh, Okay, wait, one more question and then we're going to wrap it up. So here's a question by Coach Rome. How many hours a day do you spend studying and hours in action? I don't know. Let's see. I probably invest hours a day in studying and hours a day in action. I mean, I'm a pretty energetic person. So I would say, out of the waking hours that I'm awake, I would say I'm probably in action. Okay, so, I sleep maybe 6 to 8 hours a night. So that leaves about 18. I'm relaxed for maybe 4 or 5 of those hours, but I'm pretty much studying in action for a good 10, 10 hours a day, I would say. Easy. All right, but I love it. It's not exhausting. It's not difficult. It's fun and incredibly rewarding, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I absolutely love what I do. I love the business I'm in. I love serving people. I love serving you. I love creating. I love finding unique ways of bringing powerful messages, which I absolutely believe that's what savvy wisdom is. Okay, everyone, I wish you a wonderful holiday. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Celine, for being here and for always supporting everyone in such a magnificent way. If any of you don't know who Celine is, she is on the Dynamic Destinies team. She's an incredible woman, and she's always here to serve. And I asked her, I said the other day, I said, do you mind doing this on Sunday? Absolutely. Never a question when it comes to that. She knows my heart, and I know her heart, and our hearts are here to serve you. All right. So have yourself a wonderful holiday. Love and kisses to all of you. Virtual hugs too. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Okay. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.